Begin with intention. The messenger taught that actions take their weight from the heart that sends them. Start there, before words, before plans. Aim not at controlling outcomes but at straightening the inner compass. When the aim is right, the path turns from struggle into service, and anxiety stops grabbing the wheel of every decision. Now the scene. A full hall holds its breath. Al-Ghazali opens his mouth, and nothing comes out. Baghdad, 1095. The most celebrated scholar of his age stands before a sea of faces, and his voice refuses him. Food tastes like dust. Sleep will not land. Applause sounds thin. In that heavy silence a question knocks from inside: what is the point of knowledge if the heart stays far? He can push through and keep performing, or he can step away from the stage he fought to reach. He chooses the door most people do not see. He leaves the pulpit, and then he leaves the city. Damascus. Jerusalem. Mecca. Not a tour, a search. Not for new lines to memorize, but for what turns lines into light. In the quiet between cities he notices something so close we miss it: breath. Not just a reflex. A bridge. Inhale is receiving. Exhale is release. When the heart is present, breath becomes remembrance. When the heart is absent, breath is just air moving through a busy chest. He begins to treat each breath as a trust, a small covenant renewed again and again. Aim first. Breathe with that aim. Act after. He writes of presence of heart, of guarding the moment, of polishing intention. The teaching is gentle and firm: meet each breath with awareness that life is being given, then spend that life in a way that pleases the giver. The prayer under the breath is plain: I turn toward you, I lay down what blocks me, guide what I do next. Instead of wrestling the world into shape, he turns the inner face toward the one who already holds the world. Something shifts. The noise inside loosens its grip. Start where you are. Sit so your spine does not collapse. If you can, make wudu, face the Qibla, and ask for guidance and protection in simple words. Breathe in through the nose with awareness that this breath is a gift. Pause long enough to taste gratitude. Breathe out through the mouth and put down what you do not need to carry: fear, resentment, the urge to control what is not yours to control. Some people quietly pair the cycle with the words of faith: La ilaha illa Allah, as you receive, Muhammadan Rasulullah, as you release, softly and respectfully, never as a trick to bend fate. If those words are new to you, keep the heart present and the tongue honest. The scene outside does not change at once. That is fine. Inside, you are a shade calmer, a touch kinder, a little less sharp at the edges. One swallowed retort is not small, it is a brick in a new inner house. Look closer. Breath is not only air, it is a way to guard the heart. Place a light hand over your chest. Breathe in and picture the heart widening with light. Breathe out and let that light move into your shoulders, into your hands, into the next person you will meet today. This is attention, not fantasy. The heart has a kind of knowing the mind alone cannot supply. When you give the heart its rightful place, choices stop coming from panic. The next step shows itself without drama. Time matters. Al-Ghazali favors beginnings before dawn, a window many teachers call the hour of blessed breath. The city is soft. The heart hears better. Keep the practice short and sincere. A handful of gentle rounds is plenty when you are present. Boredom may visit. Let it pass. What counts is that you show up. Keeping the promise to yourself builds a strength that intensity alone cannot. Let's try a small piece together, 20 or 30 seconds. Sit easy. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Take a natural breath in and quietly think, gift. Hold it for just a blink and think, thank you. Let the breath go and think, release. Do that 2 more times at your own pace. Gift. Thank you. Release. No counting. No forcing. Just a clear reminder that breath can carry meaning. Notice the difference between hunting for a special feeling and letting the breath do its quiet work. Ethics cannot be skipped. You cannot seek alignment with your breath while your tongue injures or your hands cheat. This is not a legal lecture, this is work of the heart. Truth sits with truth. Do the thing a little better than required, that is Ison. Hold yourself a beat before a harsh reply, that is Sabr. Name real gifts out loud, a safe bed, clean water, a friend who prays for you, that is Shukr. Do your part and then entrust what you cannot control, that is Tawakkul. This practice refuses to be a trick to get your way. In return, it becomes a way of being that steadies you when your way is unclear. There is also a horizon. Some call it the breath of unity. Do not wear it like a badge, face it like a direction. Breathing becomes so surrendered to remembrance that your will stops arguing with the divine will. You still plan. You still work. You still ask advice. But you give up the habit of trying to bend reality with fear. People who taste this describe it simply. Help moves faster than panic. The weight lifts enough to take the next good step. It is a quiet change that shows up as ease in doing what you already know is right. Over time, a pattern repeats for those who practice with sincerity. First, a steadier inner climate, feelings still surge, but they stop making your choices. Second, clearer guidance, ideas arrive without the usual static, solutions that were hiding in plain sight come forward. Third, softer conduct, you become easier to be around, your presence calms more than it agitates. And there is a fourth that sits beyond measurement, when breath and remembrance meet, doors of mercy seem to open. Help arrives from angles you did not expect. It does not always look spectacular from the outside, from the inside it feels like a gift that arrived on time. Guard the aim. Do not use spiritual practice as a lever to force outcomes. Seek what is best in the sight of God, not a stamp of approval for whatever you wanted in the first place. If a door is closed because you wronged someone, the breath you owe is the one right before you say, I am sorry, and here is how I will make it right. If a door is closed because the timing is wrong, the breath you owe is the one that stops you from kicking until you hurt yourself. Let the heart choose truth over pride. Your energy returns to what you can do well. The story comes full circle. After years of searching, Al-Ghazali returns to teaching. The chair is the same, his heart is not. Students say his presence feels different. His words sound like they have walked the road they describe. The voice that once failed comes back, not louder, truer. Credibility begins in the unseen and shows itself in conduct. His teaching changes people because it changed him first. So what do you do at dawn? Keep it simple. Sit. Put your phone in another room. If you can, make wudu and face the Qibla. Begin with a plain request, guide me. Protect me. Accept from me. Set a small intention you can keep, I will breathe to remember you, I will step from this mat and act with care, I will leave outcomes to your wisdom. Then breathe in as a gift, pause long enough to say, thank you, in your heart, breathe out as a release. If you wish, let La ilaha illa Allah quietly ride the inhale and Mohammedan Rasulullah ride the exhale, softly and sincerely. If not, keep the awareness without the words. Either way, presence is the point. Do not wait to feel ready. Begin. Keep sessions brief. 5 honest minutes every morning beat 50 minutes once a week. Afterward, leave a tiny mark so the practice becomes visible, write one line, a gift you noticed, a small action you will do with care today, a burden you are setting down. Measuring by conduct protects you from chasing moods. Progress looks like small choices. Small choices stack into character. Carry a quiet bell through your day, a simple pause before key moments. Before opening your inbox, after finishing a task, before stepping into your home, take one natural breath with the same simple words: gift, thank you, release, and name a 5-minute intention you can keep. These micro-promises rebuild trust with yourself. Many of us think we need more time. Often we need more intention. 5 minutes, done on purpose, can steer 5 hours. When heat rises, an argument at the door, a message that stings, remember what matters: the one who made you looks to the state of your heart and to what you do with it. If you can, place a hand over your chest. Take one gentle breath. Let your next sentence be clean. Choosing character over hurry changes the scene more often than force does. And when you plan, pair trust with action. Tie your camel, then trust God. Do the spreadsheets. Make the calls. Seek counsel. Then breathe out and let the outcome belong where it always belonged. Trust is not passivity, it is working clean and sleeping easier. If you wonder whether this is working, carry 3 checks through the week. When you were triggered, did you pause before speaking or typing? One pause is one plank in a bridge you will need later, that is sabr you can count. Did you name real gifts aloud: a roof that holds, a glass of cool water, a friend who keeps you in their prayers? Naming trains seeing, that is shukr that lives. Did you polish one action beyond good enough, answer with warmth, pack with care, return what is not yours? Excellence is quiet invitation, that is Isen in the wild. You stop guessing about progress and start noticing it. There is one verse we can carry exactly because it is a compass. In verse 28 of chapter 13 it says, "Indeed, in the remembrance of God, hearts find rest." Let it measure you rather than decorate you. If your method inflates pride or stirs envy, you have wandered from the orchard and started squeezing stones. Return to what works: receive, thank, release. Restlessness will visit. Treat it like weather, not fate. Show up the next dawn anyway. If you miss a morning, begin again the morning after. If you feel nothing for a week, keep the tiny check-ins and measure by conduct instead of chasing a mood. When you stop negotiating with the practice stops negotiating with you. People around Al-Ghazali pass down how this work lands in real lives. Not spectacle, steadiness. Fewer storms inside, more sky. Guidance that appears in prayer or while walking. Ties that soften, not because everyone now agrees, but because the heart in the room stops choosing the sharpest word. They called it help from the most merciful. It rarely looked like lightning. It often looked like the right help at the right time from an unexpected place. Keep your eyes on the simple honesty that protects the practice from becoming a costume. If you owe someone an apology, make it. If you owe someone money, return it. If there is a habit that darkens the day, shrink it honestly. Breath without honest action turns into superstition. Action without remembrance turns into noise. Together they make a life that feels led. By now the pattern is clear. He leaves a hall to find a heart, then returns with a heart that can finally teach. You do not need his titles to walk this path. You need a dawn, a place to sit, a clean intention, and the patience to be simple again. Breathe in as a gift. Hold it just long enough to be grateful. Let it go as a release. Tie your camel with honest effort. Remember the one who gave you breath before you spend it. Tonight, leave one heavy door unopened. Let it wait. In the thin light of morning, sit and take one honest breath, gift, thank you, release, and see which handle inside you has already turned.